Are you considering buying and or playing Remnant from the Ashes, but want to be sure it's worth your time and money, as well as being safe for your mental health first? This is the video for you, friend. I'm the CC and Let CC Play, and this is an Anxious Gamer review. Remnant is a third-person shooter that sees you playing as one of the last humans on Earth after an invasion by an otherworldly force known as the Root. It controls like a third-person shooter, but you also have a stamina meter that you use to dodge or sprint and therefore must manage. In your travels, you will level up, which will allow you to allocate a point into a pool of traits. You start out with only 3, but more and more unlock as you progress. Along the way, you will acquire new weapons and armor, and can get materials to upgrade them at the hub. You can also equip mods on your guns that grant you different abilities that you charge by using the weapons, such as a plant to taunt enemies, or a healing field you can put down. Last but not least, there is drop in and out multiplayer. I'll talk more on that later. Now that we've got a brief overview done, let's talk about my thoughts. This game is unapologetically Dark Souls with guns. You have your not bonfire, your not Firelink Shrine, your not Estus Flask, your not Boss Fog, and I love it. When a genre or game formula becomes popular, I feel like Steam drowns in terrible knockoffs. From what I've seen, people don't seem to like it if a game blatantly copies a formula, waters it down, and doesn't add anything in the process. This is different. This doesn't feel like a watered-down copy at all. This feels like an evolution. They saw what people enjoyed about Souls-like games and improved upon it while adding their own spin. This is what I think the gaming industry needs. We are in an era where there aren't many fresh ideas yet to be discovered. Things are inspired by something from a couple years ago, or a couple decades, or even thousands of years. I think evolutions of existing genres or unique combinations will be the stars of most art forms going forward, be it movies, games, books, comics, whatever. That's a bit of a tangent, but Remnant feels so good to play it got me thinking. Back on Remnant specifically, it controls smooth and is nice to look at. Combat flows really well. You have 2 weapons that you swap between with one button. If you want to melee, you just attack without aiming. It controls well. Even when playing online, if I get hit by an attack, it feels like I should have been hit. No weird hitboxes or lag that I could notice. Now, I gotta balance out my praise singing with a little negativity. There were a couple areas my frames would dip for no apparent reason, and for being a looter shooter of sorts, I feel there isn't a ton of weapons or armors. I'm about 8 hours in, which probably isn't much in the grand scheme of things, but I feel like if it were Dark Souls or some other RPG shooter, I'd have at least a couple different sets of armors and weapons. For the moment, I only have a handful of weapons, and a couple outfits, both of which I got at the start. This may not be a strictly bad thing. To be fair, in the Souls games, I'm going to have like 3 pages of gear and only like about 3 outfits and 2 weapons. But I do feel a smidge disappointed when I clear an area and don't have 8 new pairs of shoes. Now, for the highlight of my reviews, does this game contain any potential triggers for the various incarnations of mental illness? To be honest, not really. It is a Souls-like game, and with that comes some degree of above-average difficulty, but compared to other Souls-likes I have played, this one is pretty mild and very forgiving. No dropping all your money/XP when you die. That being said, if you have a smidge of an anger problem, I would still be careful here. I'll leave a couple clips so everyone can know what to expect, then I'll give my verdict. So I'm sure this won't come as much of a surprise given all the good I had to say, but I highly recommend this game, especially if you have a friend or two who will get it with you. Even if you don't though, still give it a high consideration, as I started playing solo and it was still an amazing experience. If you've made it this far, thank you so very much. I always appreciate it if you can give me a thumbs up, spudscribe, and ting that little bell for more Anxious Gamer reviews. If you've got the time, here's a link to another video. I hope to see you in the next one. CC out.